Alright guys, so today I'm going to show you two easy tests that you can do anywhere to see how well you can separate your upper and lower body, or dissociate. So we know that the best players in the world do some things much better than the rest of us, but one thing that they do, that all of them do really well, is they are able to rotate their hips independently of moving their upper body. So we call that, separation or dissociation. So we're going to show you two quick assessments and two quick corrections that you can literally do anywhere without any equipment. Alright, so the first test is going to be if we can separate our upper body and keep our lower body stable. So just pretend that you have, like a 5, 6, 7 iron, and you're going to go into what we call your golf posture. So from the side, just like you're holding a golf club, hinge back in your golf posture. Now what I'm going to be looking for here is that I'm not going to move my hips. I do recommend you record yourself so you can see for yourself just how you move. Hips stay still, arms across the chest and on opposite shoulders. Then all I'm looking for is that we are able to rotate. It doesn't have to be a giant rotation, but rotate while keeping the hips still. So if you cannot keep them separate, we need to work on that. Alright, so this next one is a little more tricky. So it's going to be the exact opposite. So now we're going to try to keep our upper body stable and now just rotate the hips. Alright, so back in that same position, we go back into our golf posture, hands on the shoulders, and now what I want to see is just this rotation of your hips, a little bit of glute engagement, and without a ton of knee bend. I'm not just looking for the knees, I want to see the hips themselves swivel. And what you will notice is that most people tend to kind of do a lateral bump. So it's more like this is what you'll see, versus if you were going to stay inside of what they say is an electrified barrel. So bear with me, I know no one has ever been inside of an electrified barrel, but a barrel, and it's on both sides, and we want to not touch the sides and just rotate in our golf posture. Alright, so if we struggle with rotating our torso and keeping our lower body stable, we're going to start with the side lying book opener. So this, we will lock our lower body in by bringing our knee up to about hip height, and then if your dog's on the ground, you'll have to move them just a little bit. And so that way you can kind of lock your hand onto the ground. Reach over, and now I want to try to keep my knee touching the ground, and I'm going to rotate as far as I can. And then notice my knee's coming up. I'm going to try to pin it back down. Come back over, and repeat. Now if you have a pillow or something, that'd be great, that you can get a little bit more range of motion, but we're just trying to rotate through our torso, open up our chest and shoulders. Alright, so for this one, we're going to be using the wall, and these are called hip CARs, and CARs is an acronym for Controlled Articular Rotations. Fancy word, don't worry about it. Now, we're going to put our hands up against the wall, because another thing that goes along with being able to rotate your pelvis is a little bit of core stability. So we're going to get that from holding ourselves up against the wall. Squeeze your abdominals. Tall kneeling position. I want to squeeze. I'm going to rotate through my right hip. I want to squeeze my left glute. And then I'm driving my left foot into the ground. I'm going to come up, not touch the ground, rotate back. I'm pressing into the wall, getting my core to fire up, and just making big rotations back and forth with my hip. Okay, so those are two assessments and two quick corrections. I would recommend probably doing just only 6 reps of each side of those two movements. You can do it for 2 rounds and multiple times a week. Now, if you really want to dive deep into your mobility, I have a full assessment and corrections for every single assessment in the program. So there's 16 different movement screens that we go through, and each one of them has their own corrections that you can build your own mobility program. So thanks for following along. The link for that program is going to be down in the description, and please like and subscribe.